like outside of practices.
What is up, Man Hour Nation? It is the Wyatt Williams, and I am here with the former Highlander guard and current Sycamore guard, Cobie Barnes. We give him just a second to get into the shot. We'll all sit here. Here he comes. All right.
There he is.
So, Cobie, how are we doing today, buddy?
Good. I had a long day of practice. Actually, it was a light day today, but now it's time. Rehab, got to ice my ankle.
Absolutely. So, hey, Cobie, you guys are 3-1 in your last 4 games. What has led to the success recently?
All of our guys, we've really bought into our system. We had a meeting together with everybody after the Drake game, and then we went to Missouri State and we lost those 2 games, but we competed better than we had been competing. So I felt like that was key. And then coming into Loyola, it was a short week. It was a short turnaround because we weren't even supposed to be playing Loyola. So we were supposed to be playing Southern Illinois. And it was just everybody really coming in and buying into their role. Nobody being able to be selfish and worry about what kind of shots they were getting, what they were doing, and just coming in and playing as hard as they could.
Which I want to add to the Loyola Chicago game you were talking about there. You hit some awesome free throws down the stretch there and an awesome comeback for your team. What was it like to come back in that game?
Oh, it was great. It felt like a tournament game, honestly. I mean, I've never played in one, but that's kind of what the atmosphere was feeling like. And
sure.
Granted, with COVID, it's different because of no fans being allowed, none of that. So being able to play in a game like that, Loyola is a really good team, really tough, really veteran. Everybody on their team, they have 2 guys that played in the Final Four. So
you mentioned sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, your audio cut out. My bad, buddy. But you mentioned players buying into the system. Greg Lansing is the current coach at Indiana State. What is it like to play for Coach Lansing?
Oh, it's great. I mean, he's a good dude. He recruits good people. He gets on people like he should. I mean, it's divisional athletics. He's got 15 players who are the best player on their high school team. So he's got to manage those egos, and I feel like he does a pretty good job with that.
So flashback to your junior year, you played on a Floyd Central team that beat New Albany for the first time in a very long time. I believe it was, 19 years, was it?
30, I think, or 29.
30, oh my Lord. Whew. All right, so, but that was an awesome game. I was there at that game. I didn't call that game, but what was that atmosphere like in a game where you guys played awesome and beat New Albany?
That was the most fun game I've ever played in, even to this day. I've played against some of the top players in the nation on the circuit, and I mean, just the atmosphere of Southern Indiana basketball. I mean,
absolutely.
People really nothing like it. You don't get this in California. You don't get this in Florida. It's just different.
Facts. 100% correct on that. So, Cobie, looking at you guys' schedule here moving forward, you guys are playing a lot of back-to-back games versus the same teams. So, I mean, that I feel like a lot of that is due to the COVID thing happening. But so like let's say when you play a game and then you play the same team back-to-back, is it harder to beat that team twice back-to-back nights?
Oh, it's tough for sure. I mean, in the Valley, it's no days off. I feel like we have one of the best mid-major conferences in the country.
Easily.
And just never going to get a night off. I mean, you go play the bottom team in the Valley, and you look at Illinois State, they're statistically the worst, the ranked the worst team in the Valley, and they just went and beat a top 3 team, by 15. So you don't get a night off. And these back-to-backs, it's hard to beat a good team twice. I learned that in high school, and being able to just playing at Illinois State was a good one for us. We were able to sweep them and get back in the win column. But it's tough because college and high school games are a lot different. Your body's a lot more tired, and it's a lot more wear and tear on the body for sure.
So like like obviously like I never played a basketball in high school or college or like anything. So I never had the opportunity to play these games back to back to back. So like if there was somebody that I hated, I had to carry that grudge and hatred for a full year till I saw them again, like on the just like out there like on the field. Do you carry a grudge from game to game to game? Like let's say number 9 gives you a little hard hard shot. Do you carry that into the next to the next night and try to get them back?
Sure. It's one of my bad things about me. I mean, I hold grudges pretty easily against like people in general. So whenever it comes to basketball, when I do something to me and I don't get you the first night, it's gonna be something the next night for sure.
I
Cobie,
freaking love that. Love that.
I've been hearing a lot about, because we do a lot of interviews from you guys down there in Southern Indiana playing basketball, the high schools and stuff like that. Now I'm here in Chicago, and we've got places like Farragut where they have Ronnie Fields and Kevin Garnett, and we've got teams like Curie High School and Evanston and Chicago Heights and Lincoln Park. We've got some really good basketball down here in Chicago, and the atmosphere is absolutely insane. Now, everything that I hear about Southern Indiana, though, is that it's just different compared to everywhere else. So I might have to come down there and take in a game to really experience what it is like in Southern Indiana. But what school have you played outside of Indiana that has really given you the best atmosphere?
Playing Ballard. Ballard was they were really good. Their atmosphere, the fans they were all there and they were rowdy, and their gym didn't have air conditioning. So, and we hadn't played in the gym.
Oh God.
Yikes.
He went there. Crazy. He got the breaks off. Ballard for sure. And they're always tough. Really good coach. I don't remember his name, but he's a great coach.
So now, a lot of things that we talk about, a lot of the college athletes that we interview, I always go with the next level, the pro level. All right. And one thing that I always ask the guys is give me the name of one player that in the NBA that you would want to cross up. But I'm gonna change it up on you. Give me one player in the league you would want to cross up that's not named LeBron James.
Everybody says LeBron.
Say Romeo. I want to say Romeo.
That's funny. I would want to. It would have to be Patrick Beverly.
There you
Pat
go.
Bev, the trash talker.
I like that.
I would have to do that to him.
So I am looking at your stats here. I did not realize that you are 225 pounds. I feel like I've seen you in like I coached at Floyd and I saw you like your senior year and you did not look that big. Has the college stuck that weight on you, or has just life stuck that weight on you? Like where did you get all your mass from?
I came into college at 208, and in the summer I got up to my freshman summer I got up to 210, 215. And then over this past year, I gained from the start of season in November, start of season November 2020 till November 2021, I gained 10 pounds of muscle. I gained 10 pounds and only 0.1% body fat. So I've coming to college, I definitely transformed my body.
Yeah, you worked your ass off 100%.
Sure. These guys up here, they're all in about the players, all in about nutrition and all that. It's really insane, honestly.
So, just to add to your point there, I believe from my freshman to my sophomore year, they put about 30 pounds on me, but yeah, I felt slow and sluggish, so I lost about 5 or 6 pounds to feel fast again, right? Do you still feel as fast and as athletic as you did at 200 pounds versus 225 pounds?
Yeah. This summer, I do now, but last year I had a little bit of trouble with it because it was like trying to get used to my grown man body.
Right.
But this summer I worked out with Kevin Lannon, and like during quarantine I worked out with him, and he's really big
Kevin's
on
the man.
explosion. He's special, and being able to work on my explosion, my quickness, and now I'm prior to my ankle injury this past in October, I was probably the fastest I ever was, and I had like a 38-inch vertical. So I
So
was
Buck and Combs, just to touch on what he said there, Kevin Lannon is a guy in Southern Indiana. He was a physical therapist. Then he became a trainer. He still does physical therapy, but he works out with Kaufman, Cooper Jacoby, all a hybrider, all the top athletes in Southern Indiana. Just to fill in who Kevin is.
All right, so Cobie, we have listeners always chiming in, and we always tell them if they have questions they want to ask, any of our interviews, go ahead and ask. So Tori Anderson, one of our faithful listeners here up in Wisconsin, wants to know: would you rather break a school record or make a buzzer beater in the tournament against a blue chip school?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
buzzer beater in the tournament for sure.
It's all about
Yeah.
winning, isn't it? Who cares about the record books when
Yeah.
you can beat Duke?
Exactly.
That's
look,
one thing
Down
that
in the
I've
record books
noticed.
if you beat Duke on a 3-point shot.
Yeah,
And
that-
you got to look future too. If we're playing Duke and I beat them on a buzzer beater, it's probably going to be a lot more people watching that game than
right.
Yeah.
NBA scouts and stuff too.
Yeah, and
So-
that's one thing that I've noticed about you guys out there in Southern Indiana. I've been really impressed with the young kids from Southern Indiana and how humble they are and how much more team-oriented they are than personal number-oriented. That's one thing that you guys, I'm not sure, and that's why I've got to come down there and really get a feel for it, because the humbleness in the athletes that we've interviewed from that area, man, it is great to see, and it just makes you root for you guys a little bit more, even when you go to schools that I don't necessarily root for, just because I'm a Chicago guy, but I still am able to root for you. Like we interview Zem Mahalski all the time. I'm gonna be rooting for Ohio State next week or next season, even though I'm a Notre Dame guy. So it makes it a lot easier, man. So kudos to you and everybody down there for the humble route that you guys take.
Well, I agree. You guys are humble, almost too humble to like a fault, like just like almost. I mean, like I've been a coach here at Floyd for 4 years now, and I try to teach some assholeness into my kids, and so let's go back to that buzzer beater shot. After you make that shot, what are you going to do? Are you going to shoot the arrow? Are you going to flex on them? Are you going to stare at the bench? Like, come on, man! Like, what are you going to do, man?
we're talking to everybody. Everybody and anybody's face next to me. Somebody's getting something said to them.
There you go.
That's just how I kind of like operate though. I like to trash talk gets me going. But I won't
Why are
start
you
it.
not playing football, man? Come on. Sheesh.
And I wanted to, but my AAU coach wouldn't let me. I was gonna play my senior year. But
Oh,
my
dude,
AAU
you'd have been a freaking baller on the field. Dude, Cobie, I'm telling you right now, Cobie went D1 for basketball. He literally could have been a D1 tight end. Like, his body is built perfect for it. He's a freak athlete, too. He jumps higher than everybody in the gym. Like you said, super quick, 208. And what are you, Cobie, 6'4", 6'5"? 6'6", so even taller. That's perfect
Still
tight end
grown.
build.
Is your goal to go to the NBA?
Sure. I mean, I want to be able to go make enough money so where my mom doesn't have to work anymore.
That's
That's
a great
awesome,
goal.
dude.
So let me ask you this. Question: What NBA a player mocks your game the most?
I kind of try to take after a couple pieces from everybody. I like LeBron James' court awareness and his transition. I like Tracy McGrady's ability to score and his craftiness, and LeBron's passing also. So I try to I'm not as athletic. I probably will never be as athletic as LeBron, but if I can just take his pace, or Luka Doncic's pace too. Luka Doncic, I really like his pace and how he can get to his spots whenever he wants, not being the most athletic guy, but still being able to do it every once on the court. And then
I
being
can
able
tell
to
you, seeing you in high school, you have the athletic ability to make it there. Just keep working at it. Why? Any last
So,
questions, man?
yeah, no, absolutely. I got a couple of last here. So, you talked a little bit about pro basketball. Let's say the NBA doesn't work out. Would you go play pro basketball in Europe for a possibility?
Sure. I mean, this is my life. I love basketball, and just being able to play anywhere after college is a blessing. Being able to play in college is a blessing. You don't get to play at a high level Division One basketball very often. It's not many people, so just anywhere after college. But the NBA is the goal.
So, if after your playing days are over, no matter where this takes you, is coaching a possibility outlook on this? You said basketball is your life. Is coaching a thing?
I wanna be a coach. Either come back to Floyd and coach if high level basketball has drained me, or coach in the league or in the NCAA somewhere.
Awesome, man. So, coming out of high school, you were ranked at 14th in the state. You were a 3-star, and you received a lot of attention from Indiana State, of course, where you're at now. Indiana, Butler, Miami of Ohio, Evansville. But that was pre-COVID and all this stuff. So a lot of recruiting now is, guys trying to work through social distancing while recruiting. So kind of just flash us back. What was the recruiting like at that point?
Recruiting was great. I remember one of my favorite visits I went on was Belmont. I went down to Nashville, Tennessee, got to walk around the campus, meet some of the guys. Everybody was out, and they were playing Vanderbilt that night, and the arena was packed. Darius Garland was at the game. It was
Dang.
amazing. And then Belmont won too. So going into the locker room after a win, Coach Rick Byrd, he's legendary. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame for sure. And just being able to see the intensity of a real college game. And I was like, man, I have to get here. This is where I
Sure.
want to be. I want to be. It's actually unreal. Just looking back on it, that's so much fun. And if I wanted to take an official visit to Lehigh, because I know their history with CJ McCollum. So I just wanted to go. I wish I could have taken a couple more visits.
So, I had two last questions for you here. The first one I asked to every single player we have on here because it's a real life issue we're all dealing with here, and it's something that everybody can relate to, and it makes you more relatable as well. So, we're currently in this pandemic, right? Everybody's dealing with a day-to-day basis, masks, social distancing, all that stuff. But what is it like to play college basketball in an empty arena? Just trying to be a college athlete and just a person right now for you as Cobie Barnes. What is it like during this pandemic for you?
Honestly, it's so different. Just going out and playing in an arena that holds 10,000 people, and only seeing my teammates' families and immediate family, not cousins, aunts, uncles. It's got to be direct. It's weird. And going to class, having class at half capacity at max is just weird. I mean, I hope these vaccines work, and I hope everything that is going on works. I hope whatever solution the government has works, but just as Cobie Barnes, the person, I just try to maintain my positive outlook on life.
Sure.
If it could be worse, it could have been an epidemic that wiped out everybody. So I'm just glad the survival rate is as high as it is, but I'm hoping that we can find a cure or something, a vaccine or something to this soon.
Absolutely. So my final question here, I always try and close it off with some kind of a funny question, a joke or something, but my final question to you here, okay? Of the powerful senior class in Southern Indiana, okay, we got Kaufman, as we mentioned earlier, Jacoby, Highbreeder, many of guys, and many more who I didn't even mention there. So you can use any athlete you want in the senior class here across Indiana. Who would you choose right now to come join you at Indiana State and you guys play out the next couple of years in Indiana State? Who would it be? Who was it?
Jake
Highbreeder? So you got to play with Jake at Floyd Central. What was that like, kind of watching him develop?
That's my little brother, man. He was just seeing it's like whenever I saw he committed, like I cried. It was like watching my little brother just grow up right in front of me, and he's special kid. He's a great dude. I mean, just being able to play with him, he helped me out a lot. I helped him out a lot, and I'm just glad he's keeping Floyd Central in the know and not letting us drop off.
Absolutely.
Guys, we were speaking with Cobie Barnes. Cobie, thank you taking some time out of your day to join us. Man, get that ankle right. Definitely get it ice and elevated and all that good stuff, whatever the trainers tell you nowadays. But, man, enjoy life. Enjoy the rest of the season. We'll definitely be rooting for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cobie.
Guys, another humble kid from Southern Indiana. I mean, Cobie Barnes, I was looking at his stats, and, dude, 20, he was 40% from the 3-point line last season.
Yeah,
wow.
His I believe it was his freshman year. They played Louisville at KFC Center, and I remember everybody around this area was dying to watch Cobie play at the Center, because I mean everybody in this area is either a UK Louisville or IU fan, right. So everybody was dying to go see Cobie play. And I remember we were watching, and he shot this 3 from the corner, and I watched it go up, and I'm like, oh, my God, this is it. He's going to hit the shot. And it hits off the rim, and I'm like, oh, man. And it comes up and comes back in, and everybody just went nuts. We were like, yeah, just celebrating and stuff. Yeah. But it was really cool to see, because, we got to see Romeo go play at IU and stuff, but I never really knew Romeo. But, I saw Cobie around school and stuff, and Cobie was always a good guy. You can go up to Cobie, embrace him. He's a great person. You can always talk to him, as we just saw there. Like he said, he literally got emotional whenever a former teammate committed to a college, being Jake Hyper, we had on this show.
And it wasn't even the same class. It's 2 years younger. So
exactly.
Yep.
So they're all such good guys.
Those kids down there, man, they are every single one of these kids makes me want to go. As soon as all this stuff is over and they're letting people back into the stands, man, I'm going to see each and every one of these kids play somewhere.
Combs, we'll have to have you down here, dude.
I'm telling you, the biggest knock about these kids is they're almost too humble. I literally have to coach asshole into my kids. I mean,
well, there's nobody better for that. I'll tell you that much. I talk to you off air.
All right, guys, we are going to take a quick little break. On the other side of the break, we are going to get into the bread and butter, a little bit of NFL talk. Of course, you got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills and the Green Bay Packers taking on the GOAT, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, guys, we got that right after this on the Man Hour.